Hello, how you doing? My name is Harvey Riggins,
And I'm Shirley Riggins.
and we've been married for 32 years, and we have 2 kids and 1 grandson.
And we have been given 4 questions that we need to answer from a husband perspective and a wife perspective. And the first question is, why do you think your marriage was successful? And from a woman's perspective, I think that our marriage was successful or is successful because many years ago when I met my husband, I believed that he was a gift from God to me. And because he is a gift, I try and treat him in a nice, kind way. And one other reason why our marriage is successful is because I have not allowed outside influence to come in and dictate my marriage. And because of that, I think it's successful.
From a man's perspective, I believe our marriage was successful because we didn't allow outside negative influences to influence us in our marriage. We learned at a very young age to respect each other, and we learned to give ourselves to each other. And it helps when you're in a church setting around other successful married couples for you to feed off of. And I believe that's one of the reasons why our marriage was successful. We allowed ourselves to take in positive influences and positive information, and we used it to the best of our ability.
The second question is, what do you do in particular to make the relationship successful?
From a man's perspective, you always hear a happy wife, a happy home. So you have to be willing to put somebody else first. And what better person than your wife? You have to make sacrifices that you wouldn't make for nobody else. You will have to learn to treat her the way Christ treated the church. Love her the way Christ loved the church. And it will help you be successful in your relationship. And it'll help you through the hard times in your marriage, because they're going to come. But learning to put somebody first and respecting them will help you through that.
I think from a woman perspective, what we're taught to do to have a successful marriage, our relationship is sometimes we get a lot of advice from different people about what a successful relationship is. But I think what I do in particular is I try to do what I think, some of the things that he would want me to do. And just like what he said, putting him first in certain things, doing things, like I said, some things that I think that he would want me to do. And when we make each other happy, the successful piece kind of comes a little bit more easier. And so I think that has played a big part in the success of our relationship. The third question is, what advice do you have to a single person thinking about marriage? And what I would say to a young lady that's thinking about being married is be prepared to make a lot of sacrifices, because being married is a lot of sacrifices. Like we said earlier, there is a lot of putting someone else feelings or someone else before you, doing some things that you normally wouldn't want to do or don't feel like doing. You have to make those necessary sacrifices once you get into a marriage.
And from a man perspective, that I would tell to a single person is to be a great communicator. Be Be someone that's willing to take a lot of sacrifices. Be that man that is willing to grow. One thing that a marriage will do to you is it'll make you come home at night. And it'll make you grow into a great person that gives what word I'm looking for? Just be willing to give your all in all to someone else, and to be able to put them before yourself.
And the fourth question is, what was the most challenging aspect of marriage? And I think for me, one of the most challenging aspects of marriage is bringing two personalities together, because we met at a very early age. I was 18 and he was 19. So bringing those two personalities together and blending them together and being able to raise our family, being able to make decisions, more good decisions than bad decisions. One challenging thing, giving up your friends. You can't spend all the time you want with them any longer, because now you have your spouse that you have to spend more time with. And so one of the most challenging part is just giving up a lot of the things that you had when you were single. You have to give those things up.
The most challenging aspects of a marriage, I would say, from a husband perspective, is to put somebody before yourself. When you're single and you're used to doing everything that you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, now you got someone that you got to put before you. And later, when you do have kids, you got a family. You always taught as a man that you have to be a provider. Well, not only being a financial provider, you got to be a protector. You have to be someone that can give great advice. You have to be that go-to guy in your house. And when you are able to do that, you'll be able to conquer any challenges that will be tough on your marriage.
Thank you all for listening to us.
You have a great day.